Guys, hope you're doing well. First off, thank you for taking a little bit of your time to talk to me. I appreciate it. And congratulations on your new film. It's genuinely an honor and a pleasure to talk to you both today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Francisco.
So I'm just gonna jump in. Mr. Spielberg, I believe cinema can be many things to many people, including becoming a healing process experience. So technical aspects and achievements aside, the main reason many Puerto Ricans like myself couldn't get behind the original adaptation was because of the poor characterization, representation of our people and in culture, of course. So when you set out to do this new adaptation of the Broadway classic, was this a main concern for you moving forward? Did it become part of your motivation to do better in this aspect and generally represent us in the big screen?
Well, I haven't seen all the thousands and thousands of productions, obviously, of West Side Story, which has been produced since 1957 on stage all over the world. So I really don't know statistically how much conscientious effort went in to creating the Latinx Puerto Rican Latino experience with the sharks, with the boys and the girls. I do know that Tony Kushner and I had determined before we ever started this project that this was going to be about the authentic Puerto Rican experience. We were not going to cast anyone who wasn't of Latinx descent in any way. We searched the world, including Puerto Rico, for all these roles. We have 20 Puerto Rican actors in our movie right now. We had multiple Puerto Rican crew members that came over. Several of the kids that came over from San Juan to be working crew in our film are in colleges here. And we actually, I wrote letters to get them into universities. It was such an honor and a pleasure. I've been to Puerto Rico to cast. I've been there twice, and I made some of Amistad, as you know, in San Juan. And Tony and I really wanted this to be something that would make Puerto Ricans proud. And all I wanted to hear was somebody to say, "We think you got it right." That would be the greatest compliment I could receive. And that was Rita.
Hey, I'm gonna join you.
I want to put my little 2 cents in because,
of course, yes.
Both of them, Tony Kushner and Steven Spielberg, bent themselves into pretzels in order to make this right. It is, I mean, you will be so proud. I promise you. We had an incredible opening last night, and the cheering and the power and the respect for the Hispanic person, not just Puerto Rico, because let's also talk about people of Spanish origin, Hispanic, Spain, wherever, who speak Spanish. Were you there by any chance?
No, but I got to see the film. It's wonderful. It's amazing. And I'm going to join you, Rita. I'm going to say to Mr. Spielberg that I appreciate the effort, and I think he delivered on that. So it's really, really good. And I felt really proud of seeing what he did on screen with representing us and our people and our culture and everybody, actually, to these modern times.
I think it's very important to talk about Kushner, because without Kushner, it wouldn't have been quite the same kind of experience.
I wouldn't have made the film without Kushner.
Before wrapping up, Mr. Spielberg, I read that you've always wanted to do a musical. How does it feel to finally have one under your belt? And I wanted to ask you, technically, before you ever knew you would get the chance to, get a crack at this film, did you have any shot in particular or sequence already in your mind growing up before that you wanted to get in the can when you finally get the chance to do this?
Well, just to start with, yes, there were, I've wanted to do this. It feels like I've wanted to do this forever, since I was 10 years old and first heard the original Broadway cast album that my parents brought home and played. But as a kid growing up, it was easier for me to memorize the lyrics of Officer Krupke than it was anything else. And yet, so as a 10-year-old, I'm walking around the house saying, "My father is a bastard, my mom's an SOB," and my parents were yelling, "You can't say SOB, you can't say bastard, where'd you get that from?" And I said, "You bought the album, you brought it home, I played it, that's on the record you gave me to play. You can't say SOB, you can't say bastard." So maybe that was the one enduring sequence that I wanted to finally get on film.
So guys, again, congratulations on your new film, and thank you for taking a little bit of your time to talk to me. Mr. Spielberg, you've always been an inspiration. I've been growing up on your films since I was a kid. I'm still growing up on them. So I wanted to thank you. You've been an inspiration for me doing this, what I'm doing right now, and forever loving cinema.
Y
Thank you.
y gracias por todo.
Rita, usted
And-
sigue
and
añadiendo
I
a su
see-
legado.
Great.
Yeah.
I see Tiburon behind
Yes.
you.
Tiburón.
Yes,
Tiburon
Tiburón.
behind you, and Gizmo up there too.
Don't ask him to speak Spanish.
Exactly, I'm terrible at that.
Rita, antes de irme, un abrazo, muy
good thing he's a
orgulloso
good
de tu
director.
trabajo, muy orgulloso de tu trabajo y felicidades. Y usted sigue añadiendo su legado, así que un abrazo fuerte desde Puerto Rico.
Muchas gracias. Para mí
Thank
es
you.
un honor. Muchas gracias.